What's up guys, Justin here with another pickups video, and in this video I've got stuff to show you guys from the thrift stores along with some stuff from our local game store actually, and the real highlights of this video are going to come at the end. I've received a few packages in the mail recently, a couple from eBay and one from another YouTuber on here with some pretty amazing stuff, so definitely stick around for that. But I'm going to start out with some of the thrift store finds first. Now this first find here comes from the Goodwill on a day that I actually found a really nice bookshelf at the Goodwill. It's actually more of like a CD shelf than a bookshelf, but all the furniture was half off and stuff. Got a really amazing deal on it, so maybe you guys will see that shelf in a future room tour or something. But while I was on the way to the register to pay for the bookshelf, I walked by a bin of stuff that an employee was getting ready to put out, had a bunch of board games in it and stuff, and I spotted the Capcom logo on one of the boxes. So I pulled it out and couldn't believe it. I ended up with Street Fighter 2, the board game. Apparently I had no idea that Street Fighter 2 ever had its own board game, but it looks pretty cool. You know, I really doubt that all the pieces are actually in this box, but it was only $1.99, and honestly, even just to get the box is kind of a display piece for $1.99. I thought was a pretty amazing deal. And you guys know I'm a pretty big fan of the Street Fighter series. I'm not like a die-hard collector or anything like that, but the series itself has a lot of nostalgia for me, especially Street Fighter 2. Some of you probably know Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo was the first video game that I've ever played. So just to pick this up definitely brought back some memories. So that was a pretty cool find there. This next find actually comes from the Goodwill as well, and this was on a different day though. I think this might have been a Sunday Goodwill find, but I walked back to the electronics section and they had put out some new stuff. They had a bunch of like headphones and headsets and stuff, and I was kind of picking through them, and I spotted the N64 logo on the side of this headset here. And I was really intrigued. It just says Nintendo though, it doesn't say N64, even though that's clearly the N64 logo. But it came with this here, which apparently a wireless infrared stereo headphone system. And that's got the Nintendo logo on it as well. This part here is powered, and I guess you plug your AV jacks, your audio jacks, into the back of that, and theoretically you should be able to listen to your audio through these headphones here. I'm kind of curious to see how well they work, if they even work. I paid $4.99 for them, so I did kind of take a chance, but I thought they were pretty cool. I've never seen this before. I had no idea Nintendo ever made a wireless infrared stereo headphone system. So crossing my fingers that these work. I thought they were pretty cool. And I guess theoretically you could use them for any system that you know, uses the red and white audio jacks there. It doesn't have to be like an N64 or anything like that. I'm assuming these came out in the N64 era though, just judging by the logo on the side. But if anyone knows anything about these headphones, definitely let me know. I'd be interested to hear about them. But moving on to some St. Vincent de Paul finds. Actually, I believe these came like a week and a half ago-ish. I walked in there and just sitting, you know, where they put their games out were 2 cartridge games that I could not pass up. We got Metroid for the NES, and they also had Tetrisphere for the N64. And these were both $1.45 a piece. It might even have been student discount day. It might have been Friday, I'm not sure. But either way, it was like $3 for the both of them, so couldn't pass those up. I'll move on next to the finds from our local game store, actually, and I had walked in there with Ryan and I had a big box of stuff that I was looking to trade in. Half of it I wasn't even expecting the guy to take. Most of it was just a lot of that DS stuff that I picked up in one of our last videos, like those 20-25 like third-party kids games, and I had a few Game Boy Advance games, a bunch of like scratched up Gamecube games and stuff that I was debating getting resurfaced, but they really weren't that great of titles, so it wouldn't have been worth it to get them resurfaced and then find something to do with them myself. So I just decided to trade them into the game store. They can resurface them themselves and make their money on it, whatever. But I half expected to get like $40 or $50 trade credit tops. Actually ended up with $90 in store credit. I could not believe it. So I honestly, there wasn't $90 of stuff I wanted to buy in that store because seriously, some of their stuff is so overpriced that even, you know, store credit doesn't justify buying it. Like, I couldn't even see myself spending that much store credit on some of these games. But I did spend all the money, all the credit I had. Got some pretty cool stuff. 2 things for my collection. Ryan picked up a game, and then I picked up a game to kind of trade, you know, sell, get some cash out of the deal anyway. But the game, the Super Nintendo game I picked up for myself was Brain Lord. It's an Enix title. I believe it's an RPG. It's one I did not have for my collection yet. This one was marked for $15.99, which actually I do believe that's a pretty fair retail price for the game. And I was just happy to pick this one up. I had seen it the previous time when I was in there. I didn't really want to spend $16 cash on it. I knew I had some stuff to trade in, so I figured I could just trade it in and get it, you know, essentially free. And then the other game I picked up for my collection was Harvest Moon DS, obviously for the Nintendo DS. This one was complete, and this one was marked for $17.99, which, again, I mean, I do believe that's a little overpriced for this game, but it was between this and a loose cartridge Batman Returns, I think, for the NES. So I decided to go with, the complete Harvest Moon. And then the game that Ryan picked up was a PS2 game. Actually, it's an Atlas title, one that neither of us had ever seen before, and it looked pretty cool. Dokapon Kingdom, I believe is how it's pronounced. And this one was complete, and it was marked for $17.99. I think that's actually a pretty good price for the game. I think on eBay it's like a $20-$25 game, so that one was actually a little bit underpriced. And as soon as Ryan saw it, he knew that he had to have it. I don't even know what this is really, if it's like an RPG. It kind of looks like an RPG, but at the same time it kind of doesn't. So if anyone knows if this game's any good, definitely let us know. I'm sure Ryan and I will be trying this one out. And then finally, the game that I picked up to kind of just get some cash out of the deal was $39.99 for a copy of Super Smash Bros. It is the player's choice version of the game, but again, I'm just going to get some money out of this, hopefully, and at least get some cash and make it worth my while. So I think actually the total for all that was like $97, so I had to pay an extra $6 or $7 out of pocket, but I had no problem doing that. And again, I was just surprised to get any more than $40 or $50 store credit. When he said $90, it blew me away, honestly. So moving on to some other Goodwill finds. These actually came yesterday on Sunday morning. I went into the Goodwill before I went into work, and they had some bins of electronic stuff they were getting ready to put out, so I dug through that. And in the bottom of one of the bins, I came across a couple Super Nintendo controllers, which was awesome. I very rarely find these anywhere. They're only $2.99 a piece, and they are both in good working condition. I already did test these, so I was very, very happy to pick these up. I did find a loose Super Nintendo system at the Goodwill last weekend while we were garage sailing for $10. So to get the controllers for it was pretty cool. Maybe they have the adapters there that I'll find, sometime this week. You never know. Crossing my fingers on that. But they also had put out some Gamecube games. And unfortunately, most of them were like missing manuals, and a lot of them were just cheaper titles. They had a couple wrestling games. They had like a Monsters Inc. game, a Shrek game, and stuff. But there was a couple that I did pick up. I got Metroid Prime, and this is actually the one that has the Target logo up here. I'm thinking this might have came with like a Target system bundle or something. Obviously something to do with Target. So if anyone knows exactly what this is, let me know. It was missing the manual. It's got a couple precaution guides in there, and the disc, which is in pretty nice shape. So I picked that one up. And then this one here, it's also missing the manual, but I picked this one up for the collection. It's one that I've never even seen before, actually. Tom and Jerry in War of the Whiskers. And like I said, this one is missing the manual, and unfortunately the disc on this one is a little bit scratched up. It should still play fine, though. And again, this is just one that I've never seen before. And I'm assuming this one's a little bit harder to find anywhere, regardless of whether it's a good game or not. I picked that one up. And so I had these two games. I was just getting ready to leave, and I was like, you know what, I want to check one more time where I found the Gamecube games just to make sure that I didn't miss any of them. And I am very lucky that I thought to go back and check, because I actually did miss a game. It's actually only a loose disc game, but it was definitely worth picking up. It's a copy of Eternal Darkness. And this is one I've been looking for my collection complete for a while now. Unfortunately, again, this is disc only, but I think my plan for this one's just going to be to sell this one and then use the money to buy myself a complete copy. And honestly, I don't even think I got charged for this game. I brought all this stuff up to the register, and that new girl was working the cash register, so I got to talking to her again, and I don't know if she just didn't know what to charge for like a loose game, or if she was just doing me a favor or what, but I don't even think she charged me for this one. So that was awesome. I think it was like $14 for all that stuff, so pretty good deal there. And then actually, I just got back from the Goodwill, seriously, like a half hour ago, right before filming this video. I went up there again just to maybe see if they had any more Gamecube stuff or anything like that. Did find one more Gamecube game, Super Monkey Ball. And now this is one that I'm still looking for my collection. As you can see, this one is player's choice. I used to have Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2 for the GameCube, and when I started learning how to use eBay and stuff and needed some quick cash, of course, I sold both of them, and haven't found either of them complete Black Label since, which has really been bugging me, because I know it's not, a hard game to find by any means. Actually, when we were down in at Rock USA, there was one Pan America store that had both Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2 complete Black Label for the GameCube. and I really wanted to pick them up. They were a really good price, like $3 a piece, but they were both completely destroyed. Like the disc would never play again, so that was kind of a bummer. But to get this for $3.99 or whatever, I figured it was a decent pickup. Alright, moving on to the highlight of this video for sure. Like I said, I received a few packages in the mail recently, a couple from eBay, and one from my buddy TJ, Married Guy Gamer here on YouTube. And if you guys remember, a few videos back, I did a trade with Married Guy Gamer, and his first video that he actually uploaded on his channel was his trade package that he received from me. But since that time, he's uploaded quite a few videos, and he's been finding some pretty awesome stuff. So, guys, if you have not checked out Married Guy Gamer yet, definitely click the link that I'll be putting down below. Go drop him a sub, leave him a comment. He's a really cool guy. And he hooked me up with an amazing deal. He hit me up on our Facebook page, let me know that he had come across some empty boxes and manuals, mostly Super Nintendo stuff, and he sent me a picture, and as soon as I saw the picture, I was like, hell yeah, I'm interested, and he hooked me up with the absolute bro price on this deal. So seriously, TJ, dude, thank you so much for this deal. I'm not going to say how much I paid for everything. It was a cash deal, but like I said, he hooked me up with the bro price on this. So thank you so much, man. And he threw in some extras too, so I'll try to point those out as we go along. This is one of the extras he threw in, a Legend of Zelda manual. So thank you so much for that. And the first box and manual we got here is for Kirby's Adventure on the NES. And the manual is in beautiful condition. The box has a little bit of wear on both of the sides, but once I get it in a box protector and everything, you probably won't even be able to tell. So I was very happy to get this one. And this is another extra that he threw in, the box and manual for Mario Golf for the N64. Let's see if I can slide the manual out here for you guys. Like I said, this was an extra that he threw in, so thank you so much. I do actually already have this game complete, but I know that Ryan will be more than excited to get my extra box and manual for this game. And now moving on to the Super Nintendo stuff. I'm going to save the best ones for last, but I'll start out with Sid Meier's Civilization. It's a Koei title. I do believe I have this cartridge compatible with the Super NES mouse. So I'll be looking out for a manual to complete this one. If anyone knows if this game came with anything other than just a manual, let me know. Like I said, it is a Koei title, so part of me thinks there might have been, a map or something extra thrown in with this game. So if anyone knows, let me know on that. I'm looking to complete that one. Now this next box is one of the only ones in here that I actually already have. Star Trek Starfleet Academy. It's the Starship Bridge Simulator by Interplay. And I actually already have two different box variants for this game, but I'll see if Ryan wants this one. Here's another Koei title here. Now this is one of the only boxes that I got that I didn't already have the game for. Lord of Darkness. And I'd never heard of this game before, actually. I think it's part of the Nobunga's Ambition series. I'm not 100% sure on that, so if anyone knows, let me know. But pretty cool looking box there. We got PTO 2, Pacific Theater of Operations. And I do already have this cartridge, and I think this one came with a couple inserts in here and actually a cool poster as well. So I'm just looking out for a manual for this one now. If anyone has one, hit me up. We also got Wing Commander in pretty nice shape. I already do have this game too, so I'm just looking out for a manual. Actually, I might even already have the manual for this one, to be honest. So hopefully that one will be complete. And now moving on to the best ones. Like I said, I'm definitely saving the best for last. I cannot believe that I'm honestly looking at these boxes right now. So seriously, TJ, dude, thank you so much for these. I'll start out with Breath of Fire. And this one is in pretty nice shape. I mean, it's obviously not perfect, but it's in pretty good shape. And obviously I do already have this cartridge, and he actually sent this with it as well, the monster chart for the game. So I think all I need now is the manual. There might have been a map that came with this game too, so I'll probably have to pick up the manual and the map to complete this one, but very excited to get this box. I actually have not played through the first Breath of Fire. Ryan and I played through Breath of Fire 2, and that was honestly one of the longest RPGs I've ever played. So we were kind of taking a break for a while. Hopefully someday we'll go through and play through Breath of Fire 1 as well. Alright, the next one here, we got Secret of Mana. And this one came with the map for it as well, which was very cool. So now I'm just looking out for a manual for this one to complete this one. I'm hoping I can pick up maybe just a cartridge and a manual on eBay and then just figure out something to do with the extra cartridge. save some money that way. But once I complete this, this is definitely going to be one of the centerpieces of my Super Nintendo collection for sure. Box is in pretty nice shape. It's got a little bit of a rip here on the back, but you know, it's on the back, so it's not even that big of a deal anyway. Alright, moving on. I think I got two more to show you guys here. Gotta have Chrono Trigger, right? And I mean, I'm very, very excited to get this box. I do actually already have the box for this game back here, actually. But as you can see, this one is pretty beat up. I can't complain with this one though, because I do believe this was an extra I got in a trade with. I think Soul Silver sent this to me in a trade that we did, and you know, it's been a placeholder in my collection for sure until now. But I was very happy to finally upgrade the condition of the box. I still need, you know, all the both maps or both posters that it came with and the manual, obviously, but hopefully I can find those for a decent price. I know it's not going to be that easy because Chrono Trigger is a pretty hot item at the moment, but I will complete this one. I promise you guys that. I will complete this one. And then finally, the one that I was by far the most excited to get was Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen. And I honestly thought that he was just going to be sending me the box for this, but after I read the note that he sent with it and everything, he either came across or found or whatever these for it as well. The manual and both monster charts. And as you guys can imagine, these are not easy to find. The game itself is hard enough to find alone, and obviously the manual and the maps and the posters and stuff are significantly harder to find than the game, even if you think about it. So to get essentially the complete kit here without the game, I was more than happy, and this is one of the games in here that I did not already have. I have never run across this game for a decent price. It's been slowly climbing on eBay, and after I received this boxing manual from TJ, I was like, you know what, it is time to finally get Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen for my Super Nintendo collection. And on top of that, I recently acquired a pretty nice chunk of change. I'll tell the story real quick. Actually, I had a guy, a store owner from downstate, like the Grand Rapids area, hit me up through our Facebook wanted ad, oddly enough, asking me if I had any video games for sale. I guess he figured correctly that, you know, if I was looking to buy games, that I probably had some extras to sell. And of course I did. I did let him know though. I told him, I said, I've got a bunch of stuff that you would probably be considered filler titles if you're looking for, you know, Marios and Zeldas and Pokemon and stuff. Right now, I'm really not your guy, but he was fine with filler stuff. I guess he was just looking for inventory for his store, and he was basically making a video game hunting road trip up through my neck of the woods. So met up with him and sold him a lot of what I had. And I got a pretty nice chunk of change. I won't say how much it was, but it was a lot of games, and I ended up getting quite a bit of cash for it, so I was very happy with that. So after that happened, I was like, you know what, I'm going to drop some of this money, get myself a copy of Ogre Battle. So I went on eBay, and you know, I searched Ogre Battle, and I kid you not, there was only one listing on eBay that was actually in auction format. There were some other Ogre Battles listed, you know, buy it now, 90, 100 bucks or whatever, but there was only one that was in auction format, and it actually included the original manual with it as well, and I figured, you know, really couldn't hurt to get an extra manual for Ogre Battle. So I went ahead and won the auction. I think I got it for about $80 shipped, which is probably about retail, maybe even a little under retail with the manual, but came in the mail yesterday. Here it is, my copy of Ogre Battle, in really, really nice shape. It's probably a 9.5 out of 10. I'd say there's no rips or anything in the label, just a couple of very, very, very light marks. And again, that one came with the manual as well, so I'll probably just see which one of these is in better shape and keep that one, but never thought I'd be holding two Ogre Battle manuals in my hand at the same time. So yeah, $80 for that. Thought I got a pretty good deal on it. Very, very happy to finally have this one complete. Definitely, just like the Secret of Mana, going to be one of the centerpieces of my Super Nintendo collection. And then finally, I went on eBay and completed another game that I've been looking to complete, another Super Nintendo game. If you guys saw a video I did a while back, I picked up Robotrek here, just the cartridge and the box. And this is one I was really looking to complete. I needed the manual for it, and there was like a poster map thing that came with it as well. And lucky enough, I found an auction on eBay that had the cartridge along with the manual here and the map slash poster, whatever monster chart, whatever you want to consider this, I guess. So went ahead and picked that up. I don't even remember how much. I think it was like about 40 bucks I think I paid for that, which I thought was a pretty good deal, especially considering I have, you know, an extra cartridge now that I'm sure Ryan will give me a little something for. So awesome to complete that one. Great additions to my Super Nintendo collection in this video. Again, TJ, dude, seriously, I can't thank you enough for hooking me up with this deal. I mean, to get some of these boxes, just it's truly amazing, and definitely going to add something to my Super Nintendo collection. So with that, I think I will conclude this video. Again, check out Married Guy Gamer. Links in the description. Thank you guys for sticking around and checking out the whole video, and until next time, take care.